On October 10th, SSP-TV, the Hazleton Standard Speaker, and the United Way of Greater Hazleton launched a new campaign called Giving Shelter to benefit Divine Providence Shelter right here in Hazleton, the newly established homeless shelter. Neil Alberto is the Executive Director of Catholic Social Services, which is operating that shelter. What was your reaction to knowing that a campaign is now underway, now through November 21st, to help provide needed items to help those who are at the shelter?
Humbled. That's the first word that comes to mind, and just so inspired as well that SSP-TV, the Standard Speaker, and co-sponsored by the United Way as well, would recognize the need and just bring this campaign about to help individuals that are coming through the shelter.
Now, for anyone who's not familiar, I guess, tell us where Divine Providence Shelter is right now so people are familiar with it.
At the current time, it's actually on North Laurel Street, and it's in a building that's owned by Buenos Nueves Church, Good News Church, and so it's a temporary location, and we're so grateful to them as well. It was part of that rotating model that we were using, and so for now, it's actually at that location.
Now, you want to tell us what items are needed for this campaign for Giving Shelter. We want to provide the things that are needed for those who are homeless and trying to get back on their feet, and the items you need to serve them at the shelter as well. So we have collection bins here at SSP-TV, at the Hazleton Standard Speaker, at the Laurel Mall. We'll put the whole list up on your screen. What items should people be dropping off now through November 21st?
We're looking at a variety of items that could help these individuals during this transitional phase. Things like underwear, blankets. We're looking at gloves, hats, believe it or not, umbrellas as well, scarves, and these would be for adults. Paper products, because we have folks who come and bring meals, and so we need those products like that to be able to serve meals, whether they're the plates, the utensils, napkins, things like that, so that we can continue that as well.
So when people come into the shelter and they're in need of your assistance, is that the thing that you notice most, that they're not, properly dressed, especially with the colder weather coming now, that they're going to be exposed to the elements a large portion of the day? So you want them to be warm and be able to go out and look for a job and get back on their feet. Absolutely.
And you mentioned just coming out of the elements. Socks was always a big thing in the past, and that's still continues. And with the shelter again is an opportunity. We're saying that we're providing that place for individuals to come, to stay, and get them out of the elements, as you said, providing a meal, but also trying to connect individuals to the resources that they need to be able to pull things together in their life. And so that's why this campaign, again, I just so grateful and so humbled by that campaign that's happening. And one of the other things as well, I'm just thinking, is volunteers. Volunteers who are willing, as I mentioned a little bit earlier. There's been this small, sort of like a battalion of individuals who have been coming in providing meals on a nightly basis. So if folks would want to come and provide that meal, that would be fantastic. Since we started the program, we're actually celebrating 8 months. Over 150 individuals have actually been served there. It's a troubling number, but at the same time, it's showing that there's clearly a need, and if anything, more than anything else, this is showing that there is a community here that cares, from United Way agencies to the churches to individuals to just people of goodwill coming forth and helping to make a difference.
Very well said. Please help out and make Giving Shelter a very successful campaign.